Hi, welcome to the program, Mic Drop Insights and Lessons from CI Thought Leaders. My name is Gary Cox. I am your host, delighted to be with you. My guest today is Susan Elliott, and Susan is going to be talking with us about being a customer-centric focused business. And today we're going to talk about some 3 E's. Welcome to the program, Sue. Glad you're here. Why don't you tell the folks a little bit about yourself?
Thanks for having me here today, Gary. So pleased to be contributing to your audience's understanding of continuous improvement and the value it brings to organizations. My journey with continuous improvement began way back in the day when I was working with a local machine shop. And we took on quite a transformation with formal management and continuous improvement. And it was the benefits and the impact that work had that really ignited my desire to take a deeper dive into continuous improvement and help other organizations reap those benefits.
The topic of our talk is a customer-centric focused business, and I think that that's a pretty broad term. So maybe we can start by just defining what a customer-centric focused business is, and we can go from there.
Customer-centric business is all about putting the customer first. It's having them metaphorically at the table when you're developing strategy and how to deliver value to your customers. It's really putting your customer first as a driver for innovation and improvement.
You have to make sure that their voice is represented at the table. So what might be some of the methods to have that voice at your strategic table?
Well, if you're building processes that include feedback loops and opportunities to really understand what your customers value, that's a means to that end. What do they expect? The 3 E's. What do they expect? What do they express? And what would excite them?
That's interesting. The 3 E's. Let's go through those again real quick. So what do they expect?
Expect currently. So what a customer expects is what you currently offer. It's your current value proposition. It's what they've paid for.
Okay.
Right? It's your current state of your product or service. Right?
Okay.
So your customers expect what it is that you've said you're going to provide.
Got it. Okay.
Express is the nice to haves. Are you hearing from your customer? Is there some additional functionality you can add to your product or service? Or is there something one step adjacent to your current book of value that the customer would value? So there you're also looking at an opportunity to improve on existing value proposition and potentially innovate by taking it that one step adjacent to your current offerings.
And does that tie into the excite, or do you kind of tie that off?
Excite is all about problem solving.
Okay.
So excite is the customer. It's a pull from the customer that the customer has a problem, but the customer may not know what they need.
Okay.
Right. So that is where true innovation comes from. The innovation of a motorized vehicle. The faster horse wasn't really the answer to their problem.
No, that's true. I mean, I remember reading, Ford often said, if I gave people what they wanted, it would have been a faster horse. But that's how the innovation of the idea of the automobile came about. So tying it to that farmer analogy makes sense. It's interesting when I hear you talk about those 3 E's. It's very similar. I don't know if you've heard of the Kano Model, but the Kano Model is a tool that's used in Lean Six Sigma methodologies as it relates to customers, what delights them, what satisfies them, what are the dissatisfiers, and so on. I want to circle back to the whole idea of the customer being kind of a strategically placed at the table, metaphorically speaking. And you talked about feedback loops. Now, we don't often hear from our customers that we're doing a great job or that they're satisfied. So what are some of the methods for the proactive approach to getting that input and that feedback, which allows you to think strategically?
Yeah, well, I think it all starts with your sales force, the folks that are really developing those relationships with customers. So business to business, like we're talking business to business because the business to consumer customer experience, that's a whole other realm. Business to business, folks are looking for partners to help them solve problems. A structured approach from your sales force to get information about your customers, but also your leadership. You know, being out there and understanding and their customers and talking to their customers and going to site and having those face to faces and even this way as well, you know, virtual, if actual face to face isn't something that's reasonable, particularly in this global world. But it is about relationship building. You know, those in business world, you know, buyers are looking for vendors who are partners. And if you want to grow to that level with your customers, you need to be problem solvers.
You're getting value out of what you hear today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Would love to have you a part of our continuous improvement community. We've got a lot of great programs. I've got a lot of great guests lined up. You're not going to want to miss them.